Four Dads and a Podcast is sponsored in part by Huddle Services. If you're looking for a disc jockey, karaoke host, to videographer, our company can help. With over 17 years of experience, we would be happy to assist with your special event. You can contact us at 226-988-2895 or visit us at our website at hodlservices.vpweb.ca. That's HODDLE Services. We look forward to hearing from you and helping with your special event.
This is Four Dads and a Podcast, and, well, that's really it.
Hey there, this is Four Dads and a Podcast. My name is Ray. We've got some Raiden action going on here.
Whoa. Making it sound all hot and steamy like.
Yeah, followed by the Jefficus.
Hey.
And not to be overcome. Here is Sean.
He's always
centimeters dilated.
Welcome back to the podcast. If you haven't heard the last one, you should probably do that first.
Might be a good idea,
Just get all caught up with what we're talking about.
These are released in chronological order. So,
last episode we talked about
anyway.
We have episode 9.
hippopotamus.
This might be 10. I don't know which one this is anymore. 9B, I guess. Anyways, where did we just leave off there? We got.
I think we were talking about this
Harlem
Blippi character doing,
shitting on friends.
Yeah. We haven't had the opportunity. I'm going to have to respectfully decline for now.
Yeah, I probably won't watch the video, but in defense of Blippi, he does put out pretty good content considering what else is out there. There's a lot of shit that kids watch. It's completely uneducational.
Pun intended?
Flipped it in there. And
it's a bit nutty.
It's a little naughty. Just imagine. I haven't even seen it. Just imagine it. I feel like Sindri from God of War. Just did you put his mouth on it? But his content is pretty decent for kids. It's better than a lot of the other shit out there that they could be watching. And okay.
He's so fucking annoying. Man.
He's extremely annoying, but there's way more.
What age group is this, anyways?
Like toddler preschool.
I would say not past 3. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
My kid still has no interest in watching TV unless it happens to be music related.
Nice.
Well, that's okay. That's not
like
bad.
she won't bother watching TV unless it's like the intro theme to a TV show, and then as soon as that's done, she turns away and starts doing her own thing.
A musical kid? Get out of here! Your kid's a musical kid?
Yeah, right. Like who'd have thunk?
Wow, that's weird.
But I've tried putting on fucking Disney movies. I tried Ninja Turtles. She doesn't care about that. So
how about Ninja Turtles the musical?
That's hard to find.
We should film it.
Doesn't it suck when your kids don't want to watch a show that you want to watch with them? Like, come on, just watch Avatar with me. I know you'll love it.
Yeah.
Just watch it with me.
I think the milestone for our kids is once they started watching shows that had a storyline. Like I know, I don't know if it's for you guys, but I know when they started watching Teen Titans for us.
Okay.
Oh man, it started getting funnier and funnier just because there's. Yeah.
Oh, Jeff watched it.
The writers on that show are really good. Like I can appreciate the humor, and they had a good time watching it too. So, anyways,
my kids are watching that today.
Oh yeah,
right on.
That's great.
Which episode was it?
The oh Jesus! It was the Goonies one.
They did a Goonies one.
Yeah,
that's funny. I think we went to the theaters to watch the movie.
Is it a Goonies parody?
Yeah, and then there was a D&D one as well.
Oh,
really?
I love the D&D episodes that shows put out. They're fucking hilarious.
Even though the one from Community is now banned, and it was like,
is it really?
Episode. Yeah.
What do you mean it's banned?
because
He's a
of
fat-
Chang's blackface. Even though
It wasn't
he was,
even blackface. He
What
was a
is it?
drow.
He was a drow.
Yeah.
He was a
Fuck.
drow elf.
Yeah, no, it was.
Oh my god! Blame Justin
Okay,
Trudeau for that one.
you know what? Just cancel the entire world. If an Asian can't put blackface on, what the fuck?
It's not even blackface.
It is a drow.
He dressed up as a mythical character.
For those of you that don't know what a drow is, it's a dark elf
Fucking Google it.
From the Underdark.
from the Underdark.
Oh, I hate that. That pisses me off so much. That was such a great episode.
That was with Fat Neil.
Fat Neil, yeah.
I thought if they were going to get rid of anything because of that.
Because of Fat Neil body shaming the guy. The entire episode. They never even called him Neil once. It was Fat Neil the entire time.
But no, Chang's masterful performance as a drow.
Oh.
Motherfucker!
Yeah. For all of 30 seconds until they kicked him out.
Yeah, but now you can't find that episode on like all the
Anywhere?
major streaming.
Drow lives matter, man.
Recently, I've been playing Call of Cthulhu with some friends of mine.
How is that? Yeah.
Back on.
It's been a lot of fun. It's interesting because the players are not heroes or anything like that.
No.
Like the intent of the world is to basically kill them, and just how you stretch that out, and it's very. They're not called heroes; they're called investigators. So there's a lot of like clues and uncovering clues and plots and things. There's a lot of handouts that come with some of the pre-made adventures and things like that. So yeah, it's really cool.
One thing I enjoyed about reading that is the slow descent into madness. It was always interesting seeing people go nuts, I guess.
Is that in the D&D world or Forgotten Realms world? Or
No, this is its own. It's Call of Cthulhu's been like a standalone game all by its own since like 1983. So it's been around for years. And basically, it's in the H.P. Lovecraft kind of mythos kind of thing. So you have, underlying characters. I wouldn't even call them characters, but like, Cthulhu and Nyarlathotep and all of his like mythical gods. But they don't really play too much into it because, again, those are such elder and, crazy beings that, even the sight of one will cause one to go permanently insane. Mm-hmm. So, that's not a really fun game. But, so you're mainly dealing with like, cultists or things like that are trying to either bring about the end of the world or hauntings and things like that. So you kind of deal with that. And one of the more unique mechanics, and I think the one that it's most famous for, is it has like insanity mechanics. So like when your character comes in contact with something otherworldly, unexplainable, they have to roll an insanity check to basically be like, is this affecting, like, this is going to affect your sanity. So like if you run across like a ghoul, like a zombie of sorts, like this is something outside of the natural world that you understand as a human being. So you have to kind of check that against your entire reality with a sanity check. And one of the most brilliant things that I find is if you fail that check, you have to then roll your intelligence for you to be able to understand what that means in the entire world. So
That's amazing.
If you're a stupid character and you're more likely than to fail your intelligence check, you don't really understand the gravity of the crazy shit you just saw. So the more intelligent characters are then, have to bear the burden of understanding, the ramifications of the horrors you're seeing in the game.
Right. And I think sometimes ignorance is bliss in a situation like that, right?
Totally.
As far as survival is concerned, right? Because if you can't comprehend if it's an evil, then what does it matter to you?
Oh, exactly. But the thing is, the game requires intelligent characters. Like one of the main
Shit, I'm out.
One of the main right? Like
this is
one
a
of the
pen
main,
and paper game?
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the main skills in the game is a library check, right? Like seriously, you go to the library and you have to research, things, and you do that through, like, make it interesting through exposition and stuff. Like, you describe interesting shit going on at the library, which is
The library.
But I think like those unique mechanics. One thing that I was actually thinking about taking from that game and adopting into my Dungeons and Dragons campaigns is actually having wealth as a skill check instead of actually running an in-game economy. So, for example, like if your character is a noble, I'd rather just assign them a skill level to their wealth. So you don't have to like track all this shit. It's like, okay, well, let's just assume they're wealthy and give you more bonuses to buying things. So buying things is really just a roll kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're like a peasant, then
You'll
you
get,
probably
like,
don't have as much wealth, and you might get like a 1 to your roll as opposed to a majesty, which will get like a 9.
Yeah, like a plus whatever to your roll, and then whatever
So you get
value.
a better armor because of that.
Exactly, and like you'll assign a value to the item that they're trying to buy. So
That's a cool concept.
so like a 20 would be something that's really hard to buy, or a standard potion would be like a 5.
Okay.
Right. So if you say had a plus 9, you'd automatically be able to buy anything by default from 1 to 9 because that's your bonus. And then anything above that is pricier, so you then have to roll to get your kind of bonus and things like that. So
That game sounds very much like real life, just living your day, but instead of just literally thinking things, you're just rolling dice.
Well, it's the scenarios, right? That you place people in. Like the scenario that we ran was called The Haunting. This was actually apparently the very first scenario that was ever written for Call of Cthulhu. Basically, you get to kind of set the stage. Your investigators are being hired by a property manager, and he bought this house, off of somebody else that was trying to sell it quick, and he was using it as an investment property. But the problem is he's kind of coming to terms with kind of the sordid history of this property. And he's trying to determine whether he's been duped and things. So it kind of starts off somewhat benign. You're just investigating a property. But then you do more and more research into the property, and you realize, that the residents have been going insane for years. There's, people dying. And then you kind of uncover, who eventually owned the house. And it was like this cult guy, and he was like, sacrificing himself. And then eventually, once you get enough information and you actually go to the house, you'll then discover that like the guy who originally owned the house was like buried in the basement, and he's like almost like a zombie casting like sorcery on the people living in the home to actually like drive them insane. Or
Sean, McDavid just got a hat trick.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Why'd you have to interrupt?
Take stock in McDavid.
I know. Fuck. Waking
Nothing?
up.
Nobody?
Nobody
got stock?
No, we're not. No, we're not
Right
doing
there.
that.
Got you.
No, fuck you.
Got that dab. Dab that one.
Nope. So, anyways,
that was a one-time episode. Fuck off.
It was a one-timer, actually.
That game sounds pretty cool. I've heard the games and stuff, but I've really never gotten into it. I've never really heard much, so that is a very detailed description of what that is. And
you really have to, as the person who's running the game, you have to be really good at your expositional information and your ability to describe things in a way that's interesting. Which
are you just bragging about yourself right now? Is that what you're
No,
doing?
I'm saying it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Like mud.
It's hard.
So
It's hard.
But it's fun.
This isn't related to
Sounds cool, man.
the game per se, but the slow descent into madness. There's a show that I watched regularly that it's called Alone, and basically it's about, I think it depends on what season it is, but they take about 12 people. It's a reality show, but they take 12 people. They go to the Arctic, and they drop them off with a pack of supplies, and they got to survive the longest. And so they've got to make shelter, they've got to make fire, they've got to hunt, They've got to do everything on their own before the winter comes, and then they got to survive the winter, and then be like the last one there. That show really tests your mettle, your skills, but also, well, that's the thing, right? One of the guys actually made a guitar so he wouldn't go insane, and that's the thing. Like they're trying to keep, because you're by yourself and you're recording yourself the whole time. Watching them slowly go crazy is. I'm weird this way, but I find it so entertaining and so intriguing just to see where people's brains take them. Right?
Sounds like an intense Survivor.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Sounds like it's on up Amanda's alley. Where do you find this show?
I think it's on Prime. It was on History for a bit. It's called The Loan, but I think I was looking it up online, and I think it's on Amazon Prime as well.
So is it a contest? Like,
the winner wins $1 million, I think.
Okay.
That's
so they have pretty good incentive to stick it out.
And there's a lot of pride with the people.
For sure.
Well, and also staying alive bit helps.
Well, like if it's a game
It's
show,
overrated.
the producers would end up just ripping them out of there if anybody did get hurt or in any real danger.
Yeah, because they do check-ins every week.
Yeah.
They do weigh-ins and whatnot. And I know that sometimes some people have lost like 20 pounds in a week because they couldn't find food, or they're hunting, or their food's getting poached by like the foxes and the bears and shit. So it was like, fuck. Like I would die the first day. I'm like, yo, radio out. Can I get a pizza and a hot dog?
The thing is, though, like if you're going on that show, if you're going on this adventure, you got to know it's coming up ahead of time. It's not like just tomorrow, I'm going to go do this.
Yeah.
Like it's something I'm sure you know at least a year in advance. So you're going to have a ton of time to prep.
If you didn't train for this shit, you fucked up.
Yeah, like you're going to learn how to hunt. You're going to learn how to make a fire. Like I see that on Survivor all the time where these people, they don't know how to make a fire. Like how would you not at least spend 2 days before going on the show to learn how to be a killer fire maker?
Right.
And
this is one of the basic things.
Because
right?
Survivor isn't about surviving.
It's a social game.
Survivor is all about manipulating everybody else on that island into voting you to the end.
Yeah,
that's all that show is. Like sure,
yeah,
like sure you've got
game,
all those fucking things to do and shit like that, but you can
fire
fuck
to
everything
survive.
up as long as you make friends.
For the competition at the end, because you know if you make it to the end, there's a good chance you might need to make fire against somebody else to get the $1 million. And if you lose not to build a fire to survive,
but
free.
But the way that Survivor works though is it doesn't matter if you win or lose any of the challenges that they have in there. It's all about who votes you out. As long as you're able to friend up to everybody to make it to the end and they all vote for you, exactly. You just got to suck a lot of dick. And then you win. It doesn't matter if you've lost every challenge in there. It's a fucking bullshit show.
The main mechanic is the social aspect, right?
Yeah, the social game 100% is what the game's about, but still you're going in there knowing that that's going to be part of the game.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
We're not talking about...
There's a level of
preparedness,
right? There's a level of preparedness you have to understand. Like you think it's common sense just to have some sort of basic skill to get there. Like I'd be fucked. Like swimming, I am not a strong swimmer. I'd be fucked hard.
Yeah, me too.
My back kind of floating backwards on my back, sculling everywhere. Just it's just not my thing. And I get hungry real fast and cranky when I'm hungry. So first one voted off the island.
But you'd probably try to learn how to swim if you know that you're going to be stranded on an island. You'd probably maybe take swimming lessons for a couple of months. And
it's salt water. I can float, but I wouldn't be a strong swimmer.
Yeah. I'm just talking about the show that you're talking about and being thrown into that environment. Yeah. Like you'd go into it with some level of preparedness.
So
that you don't go a week without finding food because you didn't.
Here's the thing too. Like, I've always wondered. Like even I started watching that show maybe 3 years ago. I've always curious about doing like a weekend survival course or something like that. It's always it's neat for me in my brain to just step out of that comfort zone and kind of live off the land. But then there's the other version of me is like I'm used to my creature comforts, you know.
That's it. just so comfortable. The idea of doing that it sounds so appealing, just to go away even for a weekend, just go catch some fish even and just cook it over a fire would be incredible, but it's just so tough to get out to do it. And
Yeah, Jeff, your wife
think about
did
bringing
that for a weekend, didn't she?
chips.
Huh?
Amanda did that for a weekend, didn't she? Just kind of
Yeah,
did
like
her
it
own
was
thing.
a couple weeks ago. She rented a yurt up north of Bancroft, and yeah, she was there for a couple days. And there's like no electricity, no whatever. And it was funny. It was and she had a wood burning stove inside the yurt and stuff. And it was funny. Like she was at one point she realized that she fell asleep and she didn't stoke the fire in the middle of the night. And when she woke up, like inside the yurt was like 7 degrees. Like it was,
That's cold.
it was really cold. And so she's kind of freezing, like she sees her breath and all that stuff. And she's like, oh fuck. And like, she's like, in her underwear in like this, in the sleeping bag. And she's like, oh fuck, how do I do this? Like she's like, because she doesn't want to get out, so she like gets up, puts the pants on, gets back in. Gets up, puts the shirts on, gets back in.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, I guess her sleeping bag's rated for -40, I assume.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Lauren's got one of those too, and I took it camping for one of those Viking trips I went for. And man, those things are super warm. Like
I believe it.
it's so good. But then as soon as you open it up in the middle of the night, you're like, oh fuck, it's cold.
Yeah.
Jeff, that story reminds me of a night in Newfoundland. So me and a bunch of my friends, we stayed at my friend's little cabin. It was basically just a wooden box that his dad built, maybe like 12 feet by 12 feet. It had a little wood stove in there. And we all went up there and we played D&D all night. Must have stayed up till like 4 or 5 in the morning. A wicked campaign. So we all found somewhere to crash on the floor. The guy that who's the son that lived there, he got the bed next to the stove. But anyways, the stove died out in the middle of the night, and I was sleeping by the door, and the door opened up. It was in the middle of winter, and the snow blew the door open, and I woke up with snow all over my sleeping bag, and just like pushed in right in there. And it wasn't, I don't think it was as cold as what Amanda had, but it was quite a shock waking up just much buried in snow. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, and we were right next to a pond, like a couple of feet away from it. And that was such a great night though. Just that D&D campaign was wicked.
That's awesome.
All right, that's something we're gonna do. We're gonna rent a fucking cabin.
Yeah.
And just hammer down and play like a one-off, like crazy, like campaign.
Is there going to be enough
we definitely
plugs?
need to do that.
Are there going to be enough plugs for all our CPAP machines?
Yeah.
There need to be.
Just like put one face together into another face and just have a hose.
Oh yeah, no, we're not roughing it. Fuck that. I'm too old for that shit.
I remember that from the fucking bachelor party. You had to get your own room because nobody wanted to sleep with the CPAP. Ray, oh my god,
those were good. Like we should keep doing those.
Why haven't we done that since?
The 420s, the 420 cottages?
Yeah, man. Fuck.
So we're like the first time we did it, we were out. Where is it? Blue Mountain.
Yeah,
we did Blue Mountain for Hills's bachelor party.
And then it was Perky Toint.
Perky Toint.
Yeah, Perky Toint for Ray's. Yeah.
Yep.
That guy was so fucking weird, man.
Oh, Al? Is it Al?
I don't know.
Is that the odor?
What's that one bird that he was fucking obsessed with?
Oh my god, yeah.
The Whiskey Jack.
The Whiskey Jack.
You know what the Whiskey Jack is?
He was pretty concerned that he did not have an outhouse for us, though. He tried his damnedest to get us an outhouse. But he couldn't get it.
For exposition there, yeah, it's
fucking Mark.
It was a
So hold on. It's May 2-4 weekend. No, it's just, what April 20th. It was like around. It was that time. But the water was so high that nothing would flush down the toilet. And we're like, oh fuck, nothing's flushing
because
down.
it was all run on septic tanks.
Septic,
right.
yeah.
So we got 6 guys.
in a one little cottage, and we tell everybody you can't shit there because the water is not going to flush. This is no way, absolutely no way. Your shit's going to go down. And behold, the biggest guy out of the group, and Mark is no word of a lie.
The fucking 7 foot
Fucking
red
500
oak of a man.
And what's the
Right.
first thing you want to do in the morning after a night of heavy drinking and eating like shit? You want to wake up and take a big fucking dump. It's all you want to do.
So, thanks, Mark. He's like, sorry, boys. I had to go.
I had to go. That's all he said. Came out, and nobody wanted to fucking go in there. I actually had to go in. I looked at it. It was so bad.
Oh, yeah, because you guys are really good to clean up. Because I remember having shit one night, and I
Like
had to
a
walk
baby.
down I had to walk down the street to the construction site where they had the outhouses.
Yeah.
I was like, where the fuck's the flashlight? Here I am wandering with a giant turd in my ass. I'm like, where the fuck is that outhouse? I gotta take a shit. And he's down. It's fucking cold as fuck. You're like, oh shit. I hope no one catches me. In the middle of the night in the outhouse. I was like, okay, whatever. It doesn't matter.
To take a
No,
field
nobody's
trip
gonna
to town.
nobody's gonna give a shit that you're shitting in an outhouse. Like,
Yeah.
that's what they're there for.
Right. So
Unless the construction company locks the outhouses, they're free game.
right. Well, that's good to know now, I guess.
Yeah.
So
So field trip into town for everybody to take a shit in Subway.
yeah. So was it Subway or Tim Hortons?
Yeah.
I remember we took a trip to Timmy's.
So we
Fuck, I
should
needed
start
coffee
doing
that
that
morning
again.
anyway.
Yeah.
I
We should
agree.
do that again because it was such a good time, and even the music we made there when we were jamming.
Yeah.
Holy crap, so fun!
Bachelor party or not, we should just do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely need to do that once things open up and people get vaccinated and shit.
Are we keeping a running tab? Like, we need to actually write this shit down. Like, 'cause
Nobody's gonna write it down. No,
No, we say this
It's
shit like
recorded.
every fucking time.
But it's recorded now.
we're just gonna have to listen back to this on a regular basis.
I haven't listened to a single episode of this thing.
Oh,
We
if
gotta get our listener
I'm
count
the
up.
300 listens.
So here's a question. A suggestion for those of you that are listening to us on iTunes: rate us 5 stars and make a comment, and we'll read the comment on the air. And one of us will figure out how to get on iTunes and read them. I vote.
I use
Braden.
iTunes.
There you go.
I'm probably the only iTunes listener.
There you go.
Yes.
So, yeah, if you listen to us on iTunes, rate us 5 stars and put a comment in, we'll read it on the air.
Okay.
So you're gonna read my comment on the air.
Regardless of whatever it is.
Whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Oh,
Whatever it is.
seriously.
Yeah.
There's
So-
no filters here.
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
And this opens up our with the 5 stars. It opens up to a new crowd. So we'll see how this goes.
We will.
Well,
Maybe.
I know what
Connor
I'm doing
McDavid.
later. I don't know who the fuck that is. Just stop.
What's going on? Hold on. What am I missing here? Everybody's looking at the phone. I didn't
I
get it.
I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted to check what time it was. To be fair,
It's not 9 o'clock. How about that?
no, it definitely is not 9 o'clock.
So
Right?
what we'll do then, we'll figure out for maybe next year or the year after, as far as a cottage weekend is concerned for the boys. Get up there. We'll shoot a podcast, or we'll fucking record some music. Anything, just hang out. I think the whole. I remember.
we really need to just do a D&D campaign. I really want to play some D&D.
And you're gonna call Bard.
I honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna go bard this time around.
No.
No,
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
don't know what
Podcast.
All
what's
right,
that?
Let's
4 bards in a podcast.
we could.
do a
Barbarians.
monthly game. I could start a game tomorrow.
So what? One Thursday, would it be on our podcast night? Like that would be the episode.
Whatever you guys want. I don't care.
I'd like to keep it separate.
I'll let
I'd-
you
I'd
guys
prefer
decide
to
that.
keep it separate, yeah. If we could arrange for like a Friday night or a Saturday night or something like that.
Saturday nights are good for me, usually.
Yeah, I can do either or.
Obviously once the children are all in bed, I'm down to go for a good couple hours.
A good session's generally 3 to 4 hours. So
Yep.
Fine.
So what do we need?
nothing.
Dice.
Paper.
Not even.
Dice if you
need a
want,
dice
but
app.
you can
have
get a
an
dice app. If you want me to make you a character, I'll make you a character. If you want to try and make one yourself, you can do that. I can give you resources to make it easy. I will provide all the books, all the information, but really,
By books, he means PDFs.
yeah, I have everything.
We're going
so
3.5, right?
Fuck off.
5.0?
Why not 3.5?
3.5. No, 3.5 was good. And seriously, one of my most memorable gaming moments happened at 3.5.
Is that when you proposed to Amanda?
It is.
Is it really?
No.
Were you a Tinder?
No.
I rolled a 20, Amanda. You have to say yes.
You are my.
Nat 20, bitch, nat 20.
No, I was. I was playing this campaign with a bunch of nerds. Go figure. And
What else? Who else did you be playing with?
right. And there was. It was like
Jocks.
it was like a pre-baked campaign, and one of the characters was like like a town's guardman, and he fucking rolled 20 after 20 after 20, and he became the hero of the campaign. The stupid NPC NPC town's guardman. He became like the hero that we were all like, oh, and his name was Jossam. I remember this to this day.
Jossam is awesome.
Awesome Jossam, exactly.
Awesome Jossam.
So, and yeah, to this day, I always try and work in a Jossam whenever game I kind of make and stuff like that. So, if you ever run across a Jossam in one of my games, he's the shit.
Hey, Taylor.
Hi, Tay.
What's up, T?
Everybody says hi.
Bye, Tay. Have a good night. Feel better.
She giving us the finger? I can't tell with the blur.
No, she just waved.
Night, babe.
Hi, babe.
Babe.
Hi, babe.
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 Hi, babe.
Babe. Babe.
Hi, babe.
Babe.
Come on, babe.
Hi, babe. Babe.
It's irresistible.
Yep.
You can't help.
Just let me know when, and I can come off a campaign off the top of my head. Like
Just a heads up to the rest of the party members. I am notoriously bad at rolling dice. For whatever game, I always roll ones. So you might want to set up something as a contingency plan once I fuck up the campaign.
okay. Or you can just roll a couple characters and just kind of keep one.
Keep one in your back pocket for when one of them dies.
This is a squire.
I'll play Jekyll and Hyde. That's my character.
Or you're like your character's a Hydra. Once he gets cut in half, another half regenerates.
This is double the hungry. Great.
Hail Hydra.
Nice.
If we're doing it on the video cast in just to like commemorate Chang's character, we should all be like dark drow elves. Just all do blackface on there.
That's probably something
we'd have to commit and go full on like body paint, and I don't think any of us are willing to do that.
No, good.
I can get my cock.
Oh.
Painted right now. With your mom's lipstick.
My mom's dead.
Yeah, I know.
You crazy necromancer.
I'm a lich.
Wow.
You're a lich, you bitch.
First place.
Are you? Did you check the standings?
Check live standings.
Fuck. I dropped hard. Jesus.
Look at that. Scene.
Nice. I'm in third right now. That's okay.
Down
Lauren,
2 points.
Lauren dropped. That's okay. Second game of the season. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. We're fine. We're good. We're fine.
Everything's fine.
Can you
It's
even
just a
call
little
it
airborne.
a season?
Connie McDicks.
Yeah, it's weird. If we're gonna go down this road, we might have to do another podcast. This is Braden's sports podcast. Go sports.
Yeah, I love that sports ball with all of the sticks and the
You played hockey with us
the
before.
birdies and
He did.
Yeah, for all of 5 minutes.
He played hockey with us. He's being a hypocrite. He loves hockey.
I'd love to get us all out on the ice.
I honestly tried to get back into hockey when the Jets came back, but I couldn't. Just bores the fuck out of me. I can't.
As long as I've known you, that was the most interested you'd be in
better than
it.
baseball.
Baseball
So boring. Baseball is so slow.
Fuck baseball.
And football is
I'd rather
dumb.
watch. I'd rather
Football
watch the
takes
CFL.
way too long. Like the
love
last 10 minutes of football last 3 fucking hours, and I can't stand it.
Oh,
But
did I
it's
tell you guys?
Pure entertainment those last 3 hours. It's just great.
Pure bullshit is what it is.
I'm
Just
gonna-
fucking end the game already.
They will once the timer runs out.
What's that
Yeah,
like?
well, stop taking those timeouts and all that
Oh,
bullshit.
2-minute warnings.
Just fucking get the shit over with. Fuck.
They got to get
Fuck.
out of bounds to earn more time.
No, just
You
stop
do.
it.
It's true.
Just fuck off.
I'm once everything clears up, I'm gonna give rugby a try.
Of course you will.
Jeff loves the Stampeders.
Fuck yeah, man. CFL bitches.
Fuck that. XFL all the way.
Aren't they bringing that back, or is it already been brought back?
I think it tried to come back and then quickly died.
Didn't Donald
Oh,
Trump
good
do
for
something like that once? Like he actually it
Which
was
one
like
is that,
the-
Braden?
This
I don't know
would
if
be
Trump did
the
anything to it.
regicide.
I know
It wasn't the
McMahon owned it.
XFL, but it was something else. I think it was like the AFL or something like that. I don't know.
TFL, the Trump Football League.
Oh my god. So Braden's cracking into some beef jerky here, the Reddit side. I don't even know how hot that is.
It's real hot.
Is it
It's
real
real
hot?
hot. Oh
There
yeah.
you go.
This is a terrible idea.
doing on
United
the
States Football League.
I don't
United
know why I thought this
Trump
was going
started this.
to be a good idea.
He's like one of the founding members, and he owned a team. It was like some New Jersey team.
Okay. Interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess. I won't watch that. There's no way.
Yeah, this is
Not
it's
interesting.
dead. It was like founded in '82 and died in '86.
Oh, okay. You got to try. Got to try it. How long did XFL last? Was that even a season? Like that was back when I was in high school. That happened.
Didn't they have like the
Barks
Montreal,
root beer.
the
I think
Montreal
they had a
Machine?
couple of seasons, didn't they?
Maybe. Like Vince McMahon owned it.
Oh my god, that guy.
Just such a weird man.
It
All I
is
can see
coming
is
back,
that meme.
or it did come back in 2020 or something.
He's not that weird of a guy. It's a character he plays.
Yeah, like Vince McMahon is such a weird character.
Is it hot?
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hottest, how hot is that?
To be fair, I think this particular batch of Regicide isn't as hot as his last batch was.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with a 9.5.
Is that hot? How do you
I
find?
want to say his last Regicide was about an 11 or 12.
Right on. What was that, Jeff?
We should get our hands on some Reapers, Carolina Reapers.
No, I don't want to do it.
What's that?
You know, if we're gonna do that,
One of the hottest peppers in the world.
I'd like to get you guys on Raymel and Amy Eat Stuff and do that on our videos too.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
okay, fine.
Fun as shit.
Cross-platform promotion. Go.
I had to sign a waiver to eat these chicken wings in Newfoundland. So at Jungle Gyms, they had insanity wings, and they wouldn't feed them to you unless you signed a waiver. They were so fucking hot.
I believe it. Well, what was the pepper that was on it?
I don't. Oh my god! I want to say habanero, but I think it's wrong.
Habaneros are pretty tame. You're probably a little bit hotter.
Yeah, I don't think that was it. Anyways,
Scorpion?
It was like 20 years ago.
Oh, I was gonna pull up. Are they still around?
Jungle Gyms, yeah.
On Jungle
I imagine they're still around.
Gyms
Oh,
menu.
yeah, that wasn't as good as I remember it.
And they had insanity wings there. And if you finished a pound, you get the pound for free. And they take your picture and
Cool.
put it up on the wall.
The Goulds. That's where you lived, right?
Yes, but Jungle Gyms wasn't in the Ghouls when I lived there. I I was at the one in Mount Pearl, and
Okay. Wing
so
nights.
I ate this pound of wings, and my lips were swollen, tears running down my face, and I went to use the bathroom after, and
You
I was
touched
grabbing
the dick.
it, and I touched the dick, and it was the most painful thing. And
That
my
is
friend,
amazing.
my friend told me after, he was like, "Yeah, I ate those wings like a couple of months ago, and then I went home and I went down on my girlfriend, and she got so sore."
Oh my god.
Yeah, just all the
Jungle
spice.
Jim's. What's his hot with spicy wings?
They were called Insanity Wings then.
Insanity wings. Let's see. Oh, let's see what the Scoville is on that.
Yeah, that was a terrible idea.
Okay, let's see here. 404 not found. Oh no.
Oh no.
Scoville.
Dude.
Let's see what the Scoville was on that. Come on, man.
Jungle Gyms.
Hmm.
Insanity Wings.
Doesn't save.
Yeah, the regicide just burns.
Yeah, moving the needle. Scoville skill bursts through. Is trying the bomb beyond insanity. Oh, so it's pretty hot.
404. Yeah, I got the same error.
Yeah, it's hot enough to fuck you up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what was in it, but
Maybe
They were good. They were-
maybe it is
probably-
habanero based. 120,000 Scoville. That's hot.
is
That's
that
super
hot?
hot. Yeah, that's hot.
Anyways,
Anyways,
yeah,
that'll
those are
be
the
for another
hottest.
episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're pretty good here. Hey, what did we even talk about this episode?
Beats me.
What?
Start
Call
off
of Cthulhu.
with buddy
Well-
shitting on his friend.
Football.
Well,
Yeah, there's a bunch
Hockey.
of crap about that.
Yeah.
a little bit
Lippy.
Lippy, yeah. I don't know. Braden eating some spicy stuff, hot wings. Call of Cthulhu alone.
Oh,
What
stepdads.
Stepdads.
We're stepdads.
That was the last episode.
That was
Was
the
that-
last episode. That was part A. We're already on part B.
How you doing there, Braden? You're
I'm
little
gonna have some milk in a bit.
you're little rosy there, friend.
Yeah,
You're glossy.
yeah.
Your
The sweat's kicked in.
nose is starting to sniffle a little.
He's glowing. It's adorable.
I know, right?
No, you and
My
my
mouth,
hair
my
both
mouth
look
is
like-
literally on fire right now.
Oh,
Yeah, it
guys, you
stings.
should watch Teenage Bounty Hunters? Netflix new show. It's fucking hilarious.
Is it?
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, I'm halfway through the first season, and it's actually really, really good.
Try to
Right
find
on.
some time for it.
Has anybody checked out the history of swear words with hosted by Nicolas Cage? Because
yet.
it's awesome.
No.
I've been tempted.
Have you guys finished The Mandalorian yet?
Nope.
What is that? What is that? Spoiler?
Yeah.
What does that know?
Mm.
Does it give it all away?
Yeah,
Nope. I encourage you to.
please.
Oh, okay.
If I get some fucking time to
Yeah.
sit down and watch something, yeah, sure. But I don't.
You can
see
do it
that
while
happen.
you can do it while you're driving, right?
Oh yeah, totally, 100%, no problem. I'll make sure to bring my monitor in the car with me so I can plug it in right in front of the steering wheel.
You are hurting, dude.
It hurts a lot.
Stay a breath. Deep breath.
Right in. Right
Out
out.
through the
That
nose.
doesn't help. It doesn't help.
And the thing is, beef jerky, you can't just eat one piece.
No.
With this shit, yeah, I can. I'm not touching that again.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it to work and hand it to my coworkers just to fuck with them.
Here, this is
Gonna
the
get a lot of
wild
work
stuff.
done.
I will.
Yeah,
They
your
won't.
super shiny forehead now. There you go.
Yeah. It's so wet.
And on that note, we're gonna leave you all wet here. We'll we'll see you next time.
Sweat dripping down your devil's turd.
Fucking kill me now.
Thanks for listening, folks. Have a
All
good
right.
night.
See you next week.
What's going on? This is Four Dads on a Podcast.
Not too bad. How are you? Ooh, it's
Doing
Jeff
all
again.
right. Jeff.
Wow.
I didn't think we were going to see him.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
I didn't know it was Toque Day.
Didn't get the memo?
Yeah.
It's COVID hair day, so
It's Toque Day, not fucking Beanie Day, you fuckers. It's called the Toque.
yeah, this is COVID hair.
Rad. Look at that. Those locks of. Look at all that hair. Holy shit.
So leave it out, Jeff.
Yeah.
Flock of seagulls.
Yo. Oh, man, I've been tempted to buzz it lately.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Just,
It's
I don't
funny.
know. It's getting in my face a lot, in my eyes. I'm just constantly brushing it aside, and
Hair product.
Oh my
dude.
god! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
I'm not used to it. I've
No,
spent
that's-
so much of my life just having zero hair maintenance to nice mug. To having to constantly brush it out of my face. I don't like using hair product.
Oh, we might as well get the intro out of the way. Hey, everybody. Welcome to 4D1P. We've got a few guests today. Actually, no, we don't have any guests, so we just have the regular crew, except for Braden. Braden's going to be here later. So we have here Sean.
Hey.
And we got Jeff.
What's there?
My name's Ray, and Braden's going to be here a little bit later, and we're going to take this opportunity to talk about shit that Braden doesn't want to talk about.
I don't want to talk about it either. I'm just here to make fun of you.
Yeah, that's okay.
Keep you honest.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there. Sean, go ahead.
What was I talking about? My hair?
Yeah,
I
something
love talking about my hair, apparently. Yeah, I don't know. I might buzz it. I probably won't. I do like the idea of continuing it to grow. I want it to grow super long.
Just have it flowing behind you.
I want to have it flowing behind me. I've never had it before. When else in my life am I going to have the opportunity? Like, I don't think I'm going to grow it again after all this, like, everything goes back to normal. So
I will tell you this now, though. If you put it in a man bun, I will punch you in the nose.
I did that at one point.
So I can bun it up kind of good right now. You didn't see that picture?
Oh, no.
Like, well, I guess it wasn't a bun. It was more of just like a little.
Because the man bun's all the way in the back, right?
Yeah.
You have to pull it all back and then put it in the ball and then...
Yeah. So Sarah just took all the hair and just consolidated it here and made like a little top knot, if anything.
Yeah.
More of like a kender than anything. just
So-
to keep it out of my face.
I'm gonna jump to topics that Braden doesn't want to talk about. Jeff, you're more than welcome to make fun of us, but I need to get this off my chest. So yesterday, the Leafs Oilers game. You watched that, right, Sean?
I watched the first period and that was just a boring ass period of hockey.
Absolute fucking garbage. Like the Edmonton Oilers are on a bit of a they're losing big. They're just not competing. They're not doing anything. I'm a big Oilers fan, and watching that game, both teams didn't deserve to win that game. Like Edmonton ended up winning, which is fine. I'll take it. But it was
That's right.
boring hockey. It was boring hockey.
Like the during the first intermission, the highlights of the first period was Connor McDavid almost getting a shot on net.
Right, and the one goal was from what's it called, Yamamoto,
Yeah,
digging it from behind the net, ricocheting off of three
yeah,
Leaf players.
that was
past
basically
the
Muslin's
goalie.
goal.
Right, I was just like, what the hell garbage is this?
Muslin had the number one play of the period.
For the amount of money that all those people get played, I was like, what the hell is this garbage that I'm watching right now?
And then
I'm
what?
not-
So Matthews got hurt. Thornton got hurt.
Thornton got hurt. The rumor is that he's got a one of his ribs popped when he got a check he wasn't expecting.
Okay.
Matthews left the practice this morning because he wasn't feeling well. So there's that. Also, Sean, did you hear Tim and Sid?
What about him? I didn't watch that today.
Yeah, they announced it today. They're done in 5 weeks.
What do you mean they're done?
Sid's going off to breakfast television.
Oh, he's not.
He is. He announced it.
BT.
He's going to BT.
We can take over.
Well, that's the thing. It's funny that they mentioned that because, like, they've been together doing their shtick for like 20 years, and they said they started off as a podcast, and then they became a nationally renowned sort of sports show that talks about everything, right? No holds barred.
Yeah.
And he said, given the circumstances with COVID here, this opened up an opportunity for him because he's a big news nerd too, right? And
Okay.
Tim told him that. Tim knew that obviously because they've been working together forever. Like he was on the air at 20 years old. Like he was doing Tim and Sid for 17 years, and that's crazy. But
I don't remember Sid from before, but I remember Tim McAuliffe when I was in high school on was it The Score?
Yeah, it was The Score.
Yeah, he used to be like an on-site news anchor. He'd go from arena to arena. He was just a little kid, and then he was just bouncing around. Yeah, like Cabby on the streets.
Yeah, Cabby started out on The Score as well.
Yeah,
my cousin actually worked at The Score. He said that place was so lazy, they didn't do anything. My cousin. My cousin.
My cousin Ramel. Your friend?
My cousin. He's got nothing. But yeah, they announced it. And dude, I was not expecting. I was watching the video. It was like 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. It brought me to tears. I was like, holy fuck. Like,
so what's Tim going to do?
Sorry, what brought you to tears?
Sim and Tid. Gone.
Sim and Tid. Well, it was a goodbye message. He was basically making the announcement of them kind of separating and breaking the show off. Right,
That's
it's
too
not
bad.
Well, that's the thing, right? They love doing what they're doing, but he had to basically what Tim was saying is like, you got to spread your wings and fly, brother, and go do it. And he was because of COVID that gave him the opportunity to do breakfast television. Otherwise, right? That's so weird. Like,
they must have just thrown a bunch of cash at him, or maybe more of like a permanent gig. But like, they've been doing Tim and Sid for a long time on Sportsnet and like at prime time.
Prime time. That's like Trevor, right? Ferguson.
Yeah,
he loves those guys.
Yeah, like, they're awesome. They speak honestly about every area, every aspect of sport.
Right, and it's funny because I think it was when they were at the Rogers Center when they were going to do the meet and greet. What score is it? 4-all. No way they're coming back. Fuckers.
Fucking Boston. They scored 2 goals in 10 seconds to tie it up, and then Philly took the lead. I didn't even see the last 2 goals. I don't know.
Did you see I dropped down in the hockey pool to dead last?
Are you?
I did, but now after last night, and I think last night I'm 9th now. So I'm clawing my way back.
Fucking Asif gets first place with this ragtag team that we threw together for him. All the Kucherovs.
all the Kucherovs. So what happened in the hockey pool is that we had to set him on auto draft because he couldn't log in, and for whatever reason I couldn't figure out how to get the auto pick to not pick injured players. And my bad. I should have figured it out before, but I kept on picking up a player that was out for the rest of the season, and we all knew this. So I kept on taking him off, but he kept on putting him back on. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, you know what? Anyways, whatever. Just fuck. Like, Tim and Sid, I was like, that is crazy news. And, like, it was really heartfelt as far as what he said to Tim as far as his parting words. Like, they're going to shoot for another 5 weeks and then go from there, right? But insane. Like, I love watching Tim and Sid. They're fucking hilarious.
Like, it seems odd. Like, I guess he's probably got other shit going on too. But like, breakfast television is what, an hour, 2 hours in the morning, and then
is it?
I don't know. I just assume it's breakfast television.
my breakfast is done in 10 minutes. Whatever.
Jeff, do you know anything about breakfast television? Thought so.
You guys, dick jokes. You're funny.
All right.
Anyways, I had to get that off the chest. That fucking Edmonton Toronto game was fucking horseshit. 100% horseshit. And Edmonton needs to find a fucking goalie because Costin is on his knees 24/7. I know. What the fuck? Honestly,
really.
That was Chiarelli's last fucking parting gift, signing that asshole. Like, you know what? He's a goalie.
Was it Smith? They had Smith before him, wasn't it?
Smith is still there. I don't know. He's on the LTIR.
Right. So they shipped somebody away and decided to keep him, but they had somebody there that was actually talented.
That happens all the time with the Edmonton Oilers, so I don't even know who you're talking about.
So
at
it's
this point.
like they flipped a coin there a few years ago on their goalie, and everybody's like, why the fuck did they pick Koskinen over the other guy? Who the hell was that?
We can fact check that later. I'm not-
Yeah.
like this, it's 10 years of darkness that I want to just forget.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, anyways, hey Jeff,
Oh, hi.
how's it going?
Good.
Good. That was 8 minutes of me spewing about fucking sports and my team and how shitty they're kind of doing, but then
Give me 2 seconds.
beating. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, Braden's not here, so we can talk about Game of Thrones, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
man, after
he's gonna be
8
so-
minutes of spewing, that would be tiring.
Like, honestly, I'm pretty sure Braden doesn't listen to this podcast outside of just for editing, and I've been doing most of the editing recently. I can't wait till he starts watching the last season of Game of Thrones, and he's going to be like, what the ever-loving fuck is this shit?
You know what? I didn't mind the last season. I just thought it went a little too fast. That's all.
Nor did I. Like, I didn't mind it either. Like, I understand what they were trying to say, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I think they were trying to rush that project so they could go do Star Wars stuff, and then they got fucked by Star Wars, by Disney.
Yeah, everybody had it in their mind how they wanted that show to end, and not many people got it right. And that was pretty much the idea of that whole show, is that it changed. I think it changed people's perspectives on characters in shows.
Yeah.
And what to expect. Like, your favorite character could be gone the next day, and you don't even know. So a lot of times I even watch shows now, and like, you're waiting for a big moment to happen where a big character gets killed off, and a lot of shows don't have the balls to do it.
Right.
They
I remember when we first started watching Game of Thrones, when he told me, he's like, you gotta watch this show, this is crazy. I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, Sean Bean's in it. Oh, Sean Bean's dead again.
And I remember, like, after that first episode, or not after the first episode, after he had died, everybody's like, there's no way. That was, I think, the season ending of, was that the last episode?
I think it was the last episode of season 1.
And like, there's no way that he's dead. Like, they cut away. There was a blank screen. Like,
Well, here's the thing with the track record of Sean Bean. Any movie he's ever been, he's just dead, right?
Yeah.
It's so funny, but you should have expected it. But then you also learn from that show you don't earn the right to get to earn that you shouldn't have a sense of attachment to any of those characters.
yeah.
Like once
Did
it hit
he
the
die
red.
in that Witch Hunter movie? I don't think he did.
Witch Hunter, which one is that?
It was a good one. It was like a kind of medieval, like, yeah, it was pretty cool. I don't know if it was Witch Hunter. I don't fucking know. Let me find out.
Okay, but
Um,
yeah, I want to. I don't know when Braden's gonna get to watching the rest of that show. Black Death.
yeah,
I didn't see that one.
yeah, it's
Although,
good.
oh, I think I've listened to the soundtrack of Black Death.
Flyers just missed 2 breakaways in overtime.
What? No,
Horseshit.
that sucks. Hold on, let me just take a look at that. You just IMDb that?
No, I'm watching the live game right now.
No,
This
I'm
is
talking.
compelling content, gentlemen.
Sorry, it's called Black Death.
If I put the hockey game up on the recorder, is that copyright infringement?
Yes,
Yay.
don't do it. Don't do it.
I already did it,
Don't do it.
but I guess
Sorry,
they
it's
didn't.
a series
No.
or movie.
We'll get demonetized.
There goes all of our money.
Before we're
Sold
actually
out.
monetized.
Selling a house, boys. Speaking of, how's your kitchen going along, Jeff? Did you get any more work done on that?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
No, I'm gonna be working on it all
More
weekend.
pictures.
No,
Just gonna hang
Well,
stuff on the 2x4 on the studs there.
yeah, it looks
Hanging
good,
it.
doesn't it? It's the rustic chic look.
The homeless squatter look.
Yeah, exactly.
You must have watched that show, The Minimalist, did you, on Netflix? No, you just want to live with nothing?
Minimalist. I watched a show about minimalism. In theory, I like it. However, I have too much shit still.
I hate lots of stuff. I hate like kitsch, like
There's-
shit just lying around everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, it drives me
It's
nuts.
got to go. Yeah, there's a show on Netflix about these 2 guys that started this minimalism movement where you just basically get rid of things you don't need. It's not a matter of just living with nothing, but only living with things that actually give you value.
Right.
Like if like one of the examples that the guy had, his mom passed away, and she had just a house full of stuff. She wasn't a hoarder, but she just had a lifetime full of trinkets and plates and blankets and towels, whatever. And after she died, he had to go and clean the house out, and he was going to keep it all because they meant something to her. And then he had this idea, like, why do I need to keep all of this? I just keep a few of these things that mean the most to me, that meant a lot to her, and then the rest can go. And then, so there's a challenge in that show at the end of it where you get rid of, so it's over 30 days, you get rid of one thing on day 1, 2 things on day 2, 3 things on day 3, all the way up to day 30. And then just things that it could be a cord, it could be just something laying around that you just don't need. And then by the end of it, you end up getting rid of, it would be about like 500 items.
Yeah, I'm going to need some help from Marie Kondo there.
Yeah, and it's a very similar idea about, like, do you hold the shirt up? I love this shirt.
No. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Put in the giveaway pile.
Very, very similar idea to that. Yeah, it was pretty good. It really just makes you look around your room and your house and like, why the fuck do I still have that lamp? Like, I
have boxes from when we moved, like, that haven't been unpacked since we moved to our first house. We literally moved them into the first house and then moved them into this house.
When we come over, can we go treasure hunting through those boxes?
Oh, you don't want to see what's in those boxes.
Yeah, yes, I do. We'll do an episode there.
There's no. It's like literally one of the boxes is my old junk drawer.
But what if you need elastic bands?
Yeah, like
paper clips.
Like dead pens and batteries, like
right?
Dead batteries and all that shit.
Play the game of is it alive or not?
I bet there's some dice in there too.
No doubt.
No, the dice are right here.
Right in your bag.
Yeah, or right here. I got this special case for Christmas for my fancy dice. It's like cherry wood, and it's like got this really strong magnet, and then all my nice dice are in there.
Oh, that's very pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. That's a pretty strong magnet there sounding. It's
very strong. It's actually kind of hard to actually open up sometimes. And like, I don't want to pull too hard.
They go everywhere.
My weak gamer fingers is hanging my dice. Roll a d20.
I can't. I have a -2 to Constitution.
It'd be a strength roll, you idiot.
Oh, I can't open the box though.
No, it's just I don't want to pull so hard because I'm good at pulling really hard, and
nice.
I don't want the dice to fly everywhere, right? So it's like
shit to get all over the place.
Yeah. I hate when I get shit everywhere.
Yeah. That reminds me, once when never mind.
So I'm going to direct this conversation to Hills a little bit. Sorry, Jeff.
Sure.
So everybody knows that Sean and I still work together, and we haven't had a team meeting or anything in person since like fucking April. We had a meeting today, and was it ever a shit show? It was like being back in the office. It was like right to trolling our manager, and then people saying shit that's that are jokes that can't even write. Like it writes itself. The one guy's like, "Oh yeah, I'm on top." I'm like, "Oh boy." Sean and I are like,
somebody insinuated that David was not already on top, or sorry, person was not on top, and then he's like, "Well, I am on top." Just making it seem like, why did you even suggest that I never was there?
Reinforce it. David's top,
and he was so quick with it. He just like he just didn't even doubt it for a second.
It was utter chaos. That whole meeting.
And the first 5 minutes of the friggin' meeting, I was on mute. I'm talking away. I thought everybody was ignoring me. It's an idiot. I look at the screen. It's like, oh, okay, that's a mute button.
Right. And
then as soon as I start talking, I don't even know what I said. Yeah. It nominates me.
Yeah, Sean, you should keep track of all these points. and then trying to differentiate whose voice is whose. And half the time, because it was like, well, there was one point I was like, Deb was like, "Who's laughing?" Sean's like, "Who's not laughing?" And it's just me. I just forget to mute. I'm laughing away because it's just utter chaos. I'm just like, this is amazing. Anyways,
It was a good meeting. Yeah. Well, I haven't been part of a team huddle like in a year. I got onto Murphy's maybe 2 months ago, and then he retired, and then Deb flipped it to Thursday. So it's actually nice getting into the meetings on the Thursday, just to talk to some other people.
Yeah.
not your son.
Yeah, like not just kids and.
Oh,
So.
Also speaking to your kid, anybody want to reiterate what Braden shared on the chat today?
Oh, this thing.
Why don't we wait until Braden's back for?
Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Because it was as soon as I heard it, I howled. It was so funny. I was like, "How do you even do that? This is like you're in a chat through Instagram, and you've recorded audio for something that is totally random and inappropriate, but hilarious at the same time."
Yeah,
that
was pretty funny. It almost seems like it was staged,
right? But you could hear him. I was like, "Well, he's doing the job."
Did the deed.
It was loud. It was really loud.
Like honestly, that's a lot of splashing going on.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay won. Yes.
Philly lost.
What?
No.
Shootout. Fuck.
Over.
All right, I got a point from Sorelli. Sorry, Philly lost. Weren't they in the lead?
They were winning 2-0 going into the
third. Oh, fuck. No. Hart let in 4 goals? Holy shit.
Hart.
Yeah. Glad Giroux.
So, Alina today came over and just wanted to start playing piano.
Oh, cool.
So we have an electric keyboard here, and it's been tucked away for a long time. And I don't know what sparked it for her, but we got it set up for her. We downloaded an app on the tablet for her to kind of play along with it. And she used to do lessons a couple of years ago, but she had no interest in it then. So I'm really hoping that she keeps it going. I don't know if you've seen Liam play.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah, he picked it up really quick and got into it. So I don't think Alina saw him play. I think it was just completely on her own that she wanted to learn something.
I don't like piano. It's nice, but it's just.
I wish my kids had interest in playing music.
Yeah. Did you try with them?
We got because you can get guitars and stuff from the library.
Yeah.
And stuff. So we got a couple a guitar and a keyboard and stuff, and it just sat there. I was the only one. I was the only one that mucked around with it, right?
Yeah.
You really can't force it on them. No. They really need to want to do it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They thought they wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of thought they want to do it, Cole, we asked Cole, what do you want to be for when you grow up? And he's, 11? He's like, I want to make video games. I was like, I know this road. I was like, I wanted to go make video games. I was like, do you like playing video games or do you want to make them? It's like, I want to make them. Like, what part of making video games do you want to do? I want to do character design. I was like, you don't even like drawing shit, dude. Not to call him straight out on him. I was like, you should probably try to start drawing stuff to get your portfolio and you get better at it, right? It's like, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I totally get where you're coming from on that. We asked Lena, she keeps saying she wants to be a vet.
Oh, that's cool.
When she grows up, and she's been saying it for a long time, and she's still really into it. She likes reading vet books and stuff. Yeah. So we got the rats, and we had them out last week, and they shit on the floor. So I was like, "Hey, Lena, can you clean that up?" And she's like, "No." I was like, you got to clean it up. Like they're your rats. You want pets, you got to clean up the shit. And she actually started to cry. I was like, Alina, like you can't get upset. Like you're not gonna cry your way out of this. Like it's it's the size of a piece of rice, and like you gotta clean it up. Like, and then after we had a talk, it's like, you know what, like they're responsible. Like you need to be responsible to have these things. Like you want to keep them, you got to keep them clean. You got to clean this stuff up. Like we talked about, maybe getting a dog. If you have a dog, you got to clean that up too. Any type of pet, you need to clean up after them. And like you really want to be.
They don't have human hands or anything.
Their hands are oddly like human, actually.
I know, they're really
very creepily human hands. And you want to be a vet, you're going to have to clean this stuff up. So you know what? Like we'll take it easy. I'll do most of the cleanup with the cage, but you do need to clean up some of it. And so she's come around with it. But like with Cole, like maybe introduce him to like a drawing book or something.
Yeah, we've already started down that road as far as drawing. He drew an apple, but his confidence levels are really low. Yeah. I'm like, it's okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, so we'll keep on working on it. I was like, dude, take that picture that you drew, because you drew it really well. Take that picture you drew of that apple, because he shaded it with a mechanical pencil, and his excuse is like, I couldn't shade it properly because I had a mechanical pencil. I'm like, at the end of the day, it's gorgeous. I love it. Put it on the fridge. And there's different styles of shading. Even if having mechanical pencil, you can do cross hatching, and that'll cut it, right? But we can go through that. Like you won't learn everything in one drawing, right?
You know what he might like? There's a couple learn to code games out there that are pretty good, that kind of allow you to learn to code and do that kind of stuff. And then once he's done that, if you introduce him then to like Unreal.
Oh yeah, Unreal Engine's free, actually.
Yeah, it's Unreal's absolutely free, and like there's templates in Unreal when you first load it up, because I actually have it installed on my computer right now.
Didn't we talk about that a long time ago? Wasn't there a talk of a video game making at some point?
That was you guys.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was you guys.
Cock blocker.
Cock blocker? Oh, remember? Right. Oh, shit. I forgot about that project.
Yeah.
We could still do it.
Yeah. I've moved on.
Yeah, I'm done. That was just...
Do you guys want to hear my game idea?
You want to just get it out there?
I don't care. Hey, man, I have all the documents already written down and stuff. If somebody tries to rip me off, I have proof that I came up with the idea first.
I have a question first before you say that. So with the Unreal Engine being free, if you happen to create content on that and it becomes successful, does Unreal own it, or
no? It's a licensing deal. So they take, I think, like a 10% royalty of everything you sell over $5,000.
Okay, so up to 5K, you get 100% of it, and then they start taking away 10% after that.
Yep.
Which isn't bad.
Which, in exchange for probably the best video game engine out there. And the nice thing about it is you get access to their entire tool set. So like their physics engine, their lighting engines, their audio, like everything that comes with it. Whereas with like the next level competitor Unity, with Unity, you have like your free edition, which is free and you can play around with, but it doesn't come with like their high-end lighting. At least last time I checked anyways, like it doesn't come with a lot of the really fun stuff that you want to play around with.
Okay.
Also, let's hold that thought. On top of that, as far as the game engine is concerned, guess what? Who else used the Unreal Engine?
Like everybody?
The Mandalorian. They had screens in a studio, LED screens. Whatever. It's how it's produced. They had LED screens above and around to create landscapes. Instead of green screening it, they did it that way, and they used the Unreal Engine because it was real time. Because wherever the camera focused on, it would generate the graphics behind it, and it was such a crazy idea. And it's open source, right? He's like, yeah, we just took all the tools and put it all together, and ta-da! Like, and the actor was just like, "This is amazing. I don't have to pretend there's a fucking lava pit below me." Right? I was like, "Well, fuck."
It's so cool that they leave that out there for people to use, and so many people use it.
Like, I wish I was smart enough and I had the gusto to play around with that, but...
Dude, you do. Well, that's the thing. Like, it's super fucking easy. Like, you don't even need to code anymore. You basically have these things called nodes, and, like, you have an animation node, and you plug that into, a run animation node, you plug that into a walk animation node, you stick in, whatever, and then it automatically creates a transition of animation.
Sounds like another dick joke.
Yeah, that was right. I was like,
yeah,
there's a penis with two legs, walking, animating. Do it, Jeff.
You don't even need to code anymore.
Nice.
For those of you who can't see this, he has his two fingers walking up, and his other fingers between the two legs and going up into his mouth.
Yeah.
Right in the mouth.
All right, do you guys want to hear about my fucking game or not?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
All right. So it's inspired by kind of like my childhood gaming, and I think you guys can relate. So, like, some of my favorite games when I was a kid, not so much anymore, but when I was a kid, is like the Japanese RPGs. So, like, Final Fantasy mostly, right? Turn-based Final Fantasy games. The epitome for me was Final Fantasy VI, which was the last pixel-generated one.
So 3 in North America?
Yeah. So the idea of the game is what happens to the heroes after they win, kind of thing. Because you spend the whole role playing game leveling up and getting all this really crazy gear and magic and stuff like that. And by the end of these games, the heroes are basically gods themselves, right? So the idea is that you are a hero. And you've finished your quest, and you've kind of you wanted to settle down in this little sleepy little village kind of thing, and you start the game at level 99, right? And then what you do is it's almost kind of like a hybrid, almost like a Stardew Valley-ish kind of thing. So you can build your little homestead and stuff like that, but you can choose to do cool things like. If you open up a blacksmithery, you can choose to imbue your magic into the stuff you make, and then your levels go down. So you slowly, put your magic into all the things you make. So if you make a really good sword, you may have to pump 2 levels worth of your energy into there. So you're slowly going down from 99. And then at the same time, you're bolstering this little village kind of next to you, kind of thing. So I don't know. I just thought it was kind of a neat concept where, you're kind of reverse leveling and stuff like that. Okay. I don't know.
So is it like a simulation game then, or
it'd be like a hybrid? Like if you imagine Secret of Mana combined with Stardew Valley. That's kind of what it would be like.
Okay. So I kind of like the idea of that, thinking where, you're putting your power into the village, into the town, almost to level up your village.
Exactly.
So to defend it against other villages that might be leveling up.
Well, the idea was once you get to once you kind of level up your village with your power enough, your magical energy that you've kind of shoved into this village gets the attention of some demon or dark force. And then so the game kind of turns itself on its ear a little bit. And so now you're not strong enough by yourself to take this demon on where you would before. And so you'd have to then work with the villagers that you've kind of developed these relationships with. And it's, I don't know, I wanted little things you made this really cool sword, you sold it to this character, and then you see this character with this sword all the time now. Okay, well, Reggie has, this really powerful sword against, this
Jossum.
kind of monster. I'm Jossum, exactly. Oh, man.
Classic Jossum.
Yeah. Awesome Jossum. But yeah, so... But yeah, and then I wanted to look really cool. Do you guys ever remember that Octopath Traveler game that came out from Squaresoft a few years ago?
I heard of it, but I never played it.
It basically looked like Final Fantasy VI, but tilted and 3D. So it was like pixelated 3D with like a lot of cool lighting renders and things like that. So it was really cool. So I wanted to play around with like a visual style similar to that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the idea.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I like it.
So we had a conversation in the group there about video games. We are thinking about doing a 4-player gaming experience with all of us here on the podcast. We just haven't figured out a game. But that brings me to the point of my attention span sucks for video games, and I don't think I'm going to be able to finish God of War, whereas Sean's already finished it.
I platinumed it.
Yeah, platinum.
Yeah.
And what does platinum mean?
So with most games now, they come with achievements that you can earn, and so usually you can play the main story, and maybe you'll earn, I don't know, a third, maybe half of the achievements naturally, and then the rest of them usually need to go well above and beyond to earn them. Put a lot of extra time into it. They're usually really big feats. So I love that game so much. I really wanted to put the extra time.
What would be an example of one of those feats? Like I don't pay attention enough to them, but for the listeners that don't game.
Sure. So one of the feats was to kill all of the Valkyries.
So bloody hard.
So difficult. So the Valkyries had nothing to do at all with the main story. They did add to it, but you didn't need to beat them to enjoy the main storyline, which was incredible, by the way. One of the best stories I've ever experienced in a video game. Actually,
come on, the ending? The ending?
Even
what
after you go home. So good.
Oh, fuck. And then when he says to the boy, and he's like, oh, shit, man.
Yeah. And so anyways, so these Valkyries, they're optional battles, and you have to go kill 9 of them, and they're all unique fights. They're very difficult. They're intense battles. I must have done 5, 6, 7 retries on each of them, and there's 8 of them. And after you kill 8 of them and steal their helmets, you have to go put them on they used to be part of a council, and you have to put their helmets back on their chairs from the council, their hats, their dukes.
There you go. Put your two on there.
And once you put 8 of those down, then you summon up the main queen, so to speak. And then you have to beat her. So you have to fight these 9 Valkyries. And then you end up you get wicked loot, way better gear, add to the story for stuff that you really don't even need because you've already completed the game anyway.
It's funny with that game. I still haven't figured out what to upgrade to and what's better. I haven't
just play, dude.
It's overwhelming at first.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. I don't think I'd say I was around 2/3 of the way through the story before I even started paying attention. Whatever had the highest number on was. I was
like Diablo, right? It's it's all green. Done.
Yeah.
I'll put it. Sure. Whatever.
Yeah. If I was to go back and start it again now, I would have a better understanding. Same way with Diablo. You play that again, you know what stats to look for because you put a million hours into it.
You fly right through that. And it's funny because the reason why I bring this up is that because I've brought my attention back to Rocksmith, and I've actually also picked up my guitar, which I haven't done in 3 years. I have serious ADHD when it comes to hobbies and shit, and I just
no.
Yeah, go figure. But you know what? I'm I want to play these games, but I want to play songs, and I want to get better at guitar, and I want to do this, and I guess it's a time management thing, right? I have projects on the go, and
I would have never platinumed it had I not been part-time.
Yeah,
I just had so much extra time to dedicate to it. And
how many hours are you talking about as far as the game's concerned?
It actually, I don't think it had an in-game clock, but I would say I put at least 50 hours into that.
50 is not bad. That's a good solid game. The Call of Duty ones, you're lucky if you get 17. Don't get me wrong, I still love those games. The story from the first Call of Duty all the way to the last one. I haven't played Cold War yet, but seeing characters when Ghost got betrayed and killed, I was like, mother motherfucker, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I was emotionally invested in this game, even though it was a first-person shooter, right?
Yeah. Like
So-
if you just focused on the story, put it on easy mode, you could probably
20
burn through
hours,
it in 20
25.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's, I don't know,
And
maybe like
that's
10
the best
sessions.
part about it, anyways, is literally the story. And like
100%.
once you get, and even though they make it like such a charming adventure, like even when you're in the boat listening to this fucker's
Banter?
stories, like
Fucking
the
Mimir.
stories and the, oh my god,
Mimir,
It's-
that's the head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whitehead.
when he goes back to the house.
Whitehead.
When he
Boy.
goes back to the house and he takes the package out from underneath, and you're like,
Oh
"What
my
is he
God.
getting? What
Yeah.
is he getting?" And
Yeah.
then the
But then you
chains of
knew it.
Prometheus.
You
and
knew
you're
it.
like, and you're like standing up. You're
Yeah.
literally standing up, and you're like, "No
Yeah.
fucking way, he's getting the chains of Prometheus." And you're like,
Yeah.
This means nothing to me right now.
Well,
"Oh,
that's-
believe me."
That was
Dude.
one of the big questions about that game, is because every other one in the series, they were all just basically hack and slash. You're going with these chains and flinging these chain blades around, and then God of War comes out on the PS4, and it's more of a role playing game. You have an axe,
It's a slower tread. It's more thoughtful.
Yeah.
but as soon as you broke those chains out again, and they put you right into a fight, it's like, yes, this is God of War.
Okay, that's kind of exciting though.
Boy. Yeah.
And like you really, it's like over the course of the game, you realize he's not a fucking asshole to that kid. Like
No.
he's actually like the most thoughtful father that this child could have, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
The
I
emotion
might take a stab
father
of it
and
again.
son.
Stab. I'm gonna
Ye-
take another stab. Yeah, it's just
It's honestly, you'll never find a better story in a game. And just the combat is great, and the side quests are great. The platinum, the scenery, just it's all Norse, like all this mythology about Vikings and giants and gods and
The snake, oh man, the
Oh
snake
my
was so
God.
cool.
Jormungandr.
Yeah,
Jormungandr.
and they tease you with like a sequel because you see all these other realms that you can travel to, but you can't actually go to, and it's like, oh, I want to go to these places.
Yeah.
that actually happened to me when I don't know which Assassin's Creed it was. It was the one with Ezio Auditore. So it's probably
Number two,
two?
yeah, number two and number
Any of
two,
those.
2 and 2, 3. There's a trilogy.
Yeah, so that whole trilogy, I was so captivated, and I tried to do extra quests, like finding all those stupid feathers on top of the buildings, and just rerunning and doing stuff. And like the story was great. It was visually appealing to me, and it was fun, right? But as soon as they dropped that series with a new assassin in like North America,
Yeah.
that was garbage. And I played the pirate one. I was like, this is boring.
What was the North America one?
Number 3.
Yeah, 3, where you're dropped in North America.
But yeah,
and you get-
the
run in
Assassin's
the
Creed
snow.
2 was the first game I 100%ed.
Okay.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
a hard game to 100%.
That
There's
and then
so much
Arkham Knight
shit.
or Arkham
Knight.
City.
Arkham City.
Arkham City was great.
Oh man,
I never
But-
finished it. I beat the Asylum, and then I played City after that, and I don't know what I did. I think I got my PS4 while I was midway through that one, and just never looked back.
though you guys still have to play Horizon. I would say the
Yeah.
story is just as good as God of War.
I was
Here's my
close
problem.
to installing it today.
Here's my
I
problem.
think I need like a week. I need a week to just get over the God of War.
My desire to learn songs on bass and guitar right now is far more than finishing God of War or playing a new game. And I just went on a downloading spree. I downloaded like maybe 7 songs.
So
And I just-
addictive.
And it's
You know what
gonna
that
be
means? It means you're just sleeping too much.
yeah. 7 o'clock does come really early, but I just work downstairs from my bed, so that should be an easy commute. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can try to finish that off because I should just finish it. I should do that game some justice.
Yeah. Yeah, if there is a game that you're gonna finish.
That's the
But
one.
I always keep on going back to Fortnite too. But that's also because everybody plays it in the house, right?
Yeah.
So
I have a hard time breaking away from Genshin still, but my attention is starting to teeter from it a bit.
Yeah, I can't get hooked in that game. I don't know what it is. It's fine. Like Reina's at a point where she's like, I need someone helping me here because these guys are level 80 and I can't solo them anymore. I was like, you need to figure out something, kiddo, because I'm not gonna get there.
I'm like this close to finishing Cyberpunk. It's like I got to the end of the story missions.
Yep.
And I did all the major side quest missions, and it's like there's one story mission left, and it literally says if you go into this, there's no coming back. Like you get like a warning kind of thing.
So that's when you go and do everything else.
That's what I've been doing, but I've been, and the quests are really good and stuff like that. But I'm getting antsy because I want like there's so many of these side quests. It kind of bears down on you, and then I'm like collecting all this like crazy cool like cyberware and all these like super rare legendary guns and stuff. Like I just got this gun. Well, I didn't just get it, but I got this gun where it has like an AI built into it, and it's called Skippy. And so Skippy talks to you.
Nice. That's awesome.
I heard about Skippy actually.
Yeah, Skippy's pretty funny, and he is dum dum dee dum dee dum, and like
a claptrap.
Yeah, and
Claptrap, so good.
Yeah, he actually does kind of remind me of Claptrap, and yeah, he's pretty cool. He's like, do you want me to just do body shots or do you want just headshots? And he's like, well, headshots are good. So literally, it has like smart bullets, and like every shot is a headshot.
Nice.
Okay.
Aim hack.
Yeah.
Skippy.
Yeah, it's basically like it's like playing a game with an aimbot. It's
Nice.
bananas.
Nice.
But yeah, so I think tonight I'm just gonna dive in and do the last one. But I hear there's like a ton of endings too, so it's like I'm gonna want to
That happened to me with Heavy Rain. Fucking game. I was like, there's how many endings? And I remember playing that game a long time ago, and I remember when you lose your kid at the mall, and I was just freaking out. I was like, you fucking idiot, where are you going? And I'm literally screaming at my TV. I'm like, where's my kid?
I hate when games do that. I love the idea of it, but it's just such a time commitment to go back and replay the entire game again and just make one subtle change that'll change the whole ending.
Yeah.
And it's
like, I like the idea as well, but I can't be bothered to.
Yeah. Like, how many endings were in Chrono Trigger? I don't even know. And
man, I mastered that game so bad in high school. I had every character level star.
yeah,
Every statistic star.
you had to use a guide because if you open up a treasure chest in the wrong timeline, then you just can't get it again.
Well, this was, I think, like once you did New Game Plus, you kind of did all that again.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is my characters are so powerful, I could actually beat Lavos with one character, and that character would be like, that the princess or whatever.
Yeah.
I could beat Lavos with just the princess.
I have no point of reference. Who's Lavos? Is that the big boss guy?
That's the big boss guy at the end.
The big turtle.
Yeah.
The big lava turtle.
Right on. Well, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
that's
we're reaching
me flapping my dick around here. I'm like, I'm really good at this.
And me going, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
That's right. You don't know what a big dick is. Hey.
Oh. And on that note, leave it on. That's the first half of our episode here. Stay tuned. Here comes the next one.
See ya.
Literally.
See ya.
All right. I need to grab some water first. Be right back.
All right. Jeff.
What's up, homie?
Man, that God of War session was just so good.
Fuck. Love that game.
I just couldn't put it down.
Yeah.
Like the first 2 weeks, the first half of the story was not even that it was a grind, but I was just preoccupied. It was over Christmas and the holidays. But then after everything was settled down, I was able to just get some solid 2-3 hour sessions in where you just get big chunks of the story.
God of War.
God of War, just big chunks out of the way. And I loved how at the end of it, you can beat the story and then continue into the end game.
Yeah.
So you could beat the boss, finish it, and then keep playing it for a while.
guys are done
Yeah.
about the work.
Not like in Cyberpunk, you were saying like you had hit that wall, and it's like, if you continue, you can't go back. It's not like beat this and
Well,
then
that's
keep
the thing. I don't know if you can go back or not.
yeah.
Like, I
And you
think,
can't go online. You can't look it up.
like, I don't want to. Exactly. I'm like, so it's like, yeah, if I beat the game and then it allows me to kind of do all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But
This has been an FHN production. Listen to our new shows every week on Thursday on any podcast platform. Also, check out our live shows on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Twitch.